Hello everyone, welcome to my weekly Facebook Live. I am Ruth Norton with Ruth's Stamping Corner. Today we have another sneak peek of the Curved Occasions bundle. It's a pretty simple card, but I'm going to show you how you can emboss with your punches. I think you can see that embossing there that I've done with the punch. I'm going to show you that in just a minute. This is not a technique that I've ever done before. It's something that I was just messing around with and trying, and it happened to work. And so I know in pictures and in videos the embossing doesn't look very deep or detailed, but in person it is incredibly detailed, and it's pretty amazing. So I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to dive into the Curved Occasions bundle again, another fun sneak peek. So before we get to that though, let's talk about everything that's going on while people join us. The Paper Pumpkin Kit, tomorrow is the last day to subscribe for this one. This is the Meaningful Flowers Paper Pumpkin Kit. Make sure that you are subscribed by tomorrow, August 10th, if you want this kit. This is the last chance you're going to get to get it. There are 2 stamp sets in this kit. You're going to get the one that coordinates with the kit, and then you're going to get an additional one for free. There's also 8 cards for each of 2 designs. Pretty Peacock Stampin' Spot, watercolor designs. I mean, it's going to be a gorgeous kit, I think. So if you want this month's Paper Pumpkin, you got to subscribe, and tomorrow is your last day. There's a link to subscribe in the video description. You can also purchase prepaid subscriptions as well if you want to if you want to just pay for it all in advance. You can purchase 3 prepaid subscriptions. So that's one way to go to, and you can shop for those in my online store as well. All right, also happening in my online store this month is our kit sale, and I looked this morning and there's still a huge variety of kits left. Kits are up to 30% off. I did a video on August 1st when the kits went on sale, so you can scroll back through my YouTube channel and find that one. The kit sale is fantastic, and kits are an amazing product we have. They are great for beginner stampers. So if you have a friend that hasn't really gotten into stamping, this is a great way to encourage them or to show them what it is. Kits also make great gifts, especially for like kids or I mean anybody, adults. They're great gifts for adults too. And we have such a large variety of kits that even if they don't want to stamp, we have some non-stamping kits. We also have some home decor gifts or kits that you can do as gifts. So check out that kit sale. Some of them are discounted up to 30% off, so huge sale. All right, if you earned bonus days coupons last month, you have those coupon codes sitting in your email, so make sure that you redeem them this month. All coupon codes must be redeemed by August 31st. They do expire on August 31st, so make sure you are heading to my online store, you are using those coupon codes and redeeming your bonus days coupons. Right, if you are shopping my online store, this is my August host code. All orders receive a PDF with 3 exclusive projects. Orders over $50 receive the Make and Take kit that coordinates with that PDF. And you got to use that host code to get the Make and Take kit. If you don't use the host code, then I'm going to assume you don't want the Make and Take kit, and I'm not going to send it to you. But so you got to use that host code. Now, the only exception for the host code is if your order is over $150. Please do not use that host code because you're going to get the Stampin' Rewards. All orders under $150. You got to use that host code, guys. All right, I announced yesterday on my blog, so you can check that out, but I have my details for my paper share are on my blog for the mini catalog. It is going to be $55. You're going to get a ton of DSPs. I don't know if you guys can see all these. These are all the DSPs that I am including in my paper shares. There's going to be a ton of them. So you can get details on this. And if you subscribe if you sign up by August 20th, I think that's my deadline, yeah, August 20th, I'm trying to find them up, so I'm kind of going through here, there. If you subscribe by August 20th, you're going to get these iridescent adhesive discs for free as an early bird sign-up special. So these are coming brand new in the mini catalog, and so if you sign up before August 20th, you're going to get those discs for free in your paper share. So all the details are there, so check out the details on the paper share. All right, card crate, this is also the last day, well, not the last day, you haven't held the 11th, but this is the last time I'm going to remind you about my August card crate. This is my class to go. I'm featuring the layering leaves this month, and this stamp set is so much fun, so gorgeous. You're actually going to make 8 cards in this class to go. You're going to make 2 each of these cards. They are beautiful, beautiful cards. We're using the end colors from last year. They are still current. They're still beautiful. So we're going to use those. You're going to get $20 in product with your card crate. Card Crate is $40 shipped and $35 if you are local in Albuquerque. But again, the last day to RSVP for Card Crate is coming up this Friday. You gotta RSVP by the 11th if you want that month's Card Crate. And there's also a link to that in the video description for all the details on that. All right, so let's get back to our card that we're gonna make today. This is our card. So I think you can see all of that embossing detail there. So we're actually gonna start with the embossing because the rest of the card is pretty simple to do. So let me show you the bundle we're using. This is a brand new bundle coming in our mini catalog starting September 6th. You can get this bundle. If you love this bundle, if you want to get some of the pre-order products now, you can actually put them in your starter kit. You can purchase a starter kit. That is the best deal we have going on all the time. So you can put those in your starter kit today. So let's start with the embossing. So this is what I created. I punched a ton of these little things, and I had them all punched for a different project that I was going to do, and then that one didn't pan out, so I had a ton of these. So I started stacking them 4 high, and I thought maybe we can just do something, maybe we can emboss with them, maybe we can do something with them. So I stacked them 4 high, so I just used my Tombow glue and just glued them together, just did like a little swipe of glue, glued them together, and the Tombow glue is good for this because you can kind of move them around and make sure they are all stacked neatly. So once you get all of those stacked up, just like that, then you're going to just adhere them all to a piece of cardstock. This is just an old scrap piece of cardstock that I had that is 5.5 by 4 1/4. And this is what I'm calling my embossing plate. So this is what we're going to use to emboss with. So you have all your stacks of 4. So I mean, a ton of them. I had a ton of them, and then I just started gluing them on wherever, you know, wherever they fit. I just kind of glued them on. You can do it in, you know, a random pattern. You can do this with anything. If you have like circle punches or circle dies, just stack them up to at least 4 thick. And then it took me a while to figure out the right sandwich for the embossing machine. Now everybody's embossing machine is a little bit different, so yours might work a little bit differently. This is the one that I found best for mine. So we're going to build up the sandwich and then we're going to emboss it. So you're going to start with your platform 1. You're going to do that one. And I have a picture of this and my little plate on my blog. So you can head to my blog after the video is done, after the blog post goes up. You can head to my blog and actually find this picture so it has all the written details on it. Okay, so we have our platform 1. We're going to do a clear plate. Mine is well used. It's not so clear anymore, but this is number 3. So you're going to do that one. And you're going to put down your embossing piece or your embossing plate, whatever you want to call this. So that's going to go down with all that texture face up. And then you're going to put down your cardstock, whatever you're going to emboss with. I have a piece of white. This is 5 by 3 3/4. And we're just going to set that on. And then the silicone mat. Now that we sell this is in our catalog, this is in our online store. This is like a silicone craft mat. I have a couple of these. I have one dedicated specifically to like my glue gun when I'm doing that or anything gluey. Nothing sticks on that. And then I have this one, which is like pristine, and I like to use it for techniques like this. So we're going to set that on, and then you're going to put another clear plate on it. And then I found mine worked best with a shim, and I'm actually just using my directions for a shim. And so my shim is 5.5 by 8.5, so it's just half a piece of cardstock. So my whole sandwich is ready. So I'm going to move this out of the way and pull in my cut and emboss machine. Move some stuff out of the way off to the side here. Okay, so we're going to stick this in, and we're going to run it through twice. So I'm going to run it through forward, and then I'm going to run it through backwards. So we're going to run this through. Now again, if you have, if you find that it's too tight, don't ever force it through. You might just have to adjust your sandwich a little bit. So we run it through. Now we're going to run it back through this way. So it's not a hard technique, and then you can save this little embossing plate for a long time. You can use it over and over again. Just keep them in, like, you know, a little envelope or something. So we're going to remove our shim, remove our plate, remove our silicone mat. You can see that incredible detail from our punches, embossing with our punches. So we took this little template and we have this amazing textured piece, and you can use either side. So it's so much fun. You know, this was like a little, you know, happy little accident. I didn't know if it was going to work. It ended up working great. And so I'm going to see what other punches I can do this with, but it's such a fun technique. I think you guys can see that there. That's a good picture of it. So you can see all that amazing texture. So it works just like an embossing folder, but it's an embossing plate instead. So now we can assemble the rest of our card. So I'm going to bring that back in. I've already done a little bit of stamping in advance, so let's do the rest of our stamping. So I've already stamped and partially fussy cut the cake. I wanted to show you guys a little bit more with the cake, but we're going to color those with Stampin' Blends, but let's stamp our greeting first. I have the congratulations greeting. All of these stamps are from that Curved Occasions bundle. I'm going to use Lemon Lime Twist ink. This is a 3 by 3/8 piece of cardstock, but if I was making this, I would stamp this on the edge of a piece of cardstock and then cut it out, or, you know, just trim it to the height of the words, because stamping on a teeny tiny piece is sometimes challenging, but photopolymer definitely makes that a lot easier. So, all right, so let's set our little greeting aside. So our cake, I wanted to share with you guys that I'm using this as like a wedding card. The cake actually has little birthday candles, but I just ended up cutting those off. So just take your paper snips and just cut off the candles. And now you have a stamp that can not only be used for birthdays, but you can use this for any other occasion as well. So just cut off those candles and then you have a cake you can use for anything. All right, let's do some coloring. Normally I don't like to color when I fussy cut it because they're little images, but I think it'll be okay. So let me actually, can we zoom in just a little bit? Let's see if we can do that. Okay, perfect. So I'm doing my light lemon lolly, and I'm just going to cover those flowers in light lemon lolly. And then we're going to come back in. These are small images, but that just means the coloring goes pretty quickly. Toward the bottom of the flowers, I'm going to come in with my dark lemon lolly and just add some shading just along the bottom of the flowers. We're going to leave the tops of the flowers the lightest. And I'm actually going to come back in at the end. I'm going to give that a little bit of time to kind of dry and settle, and I'm going to come back in and finish with my lemon lolly. All right, for my leaves, we're going to use Lemon Lime Twist, and I'm going to start with the dark and just add just a little bit of dark just along where it overlaps, where the flowers overlap, just where it's going to be the darkest. That's going to be it for our dark, and then we're going to just come in with the light and just fill in the rest of those leaves. We're not doing a whole lot of blending. It's a very, very small space, so just fill in those leaves. That's all we're going to do with our Lemon Lime Twist. For the cake, I have Pool Party Dark, and I'm just going to color the whole cake stand in Pool Party Dark. We're not going to do any shading. I'm just going to color the cake stand in the dark. And then we'll do a little bit of shading on the cake with the light Pool Party. If you want this darker, you can let this dry and then come back and add more color to it. But I'm going to take the light Pool Party, and I'm going to, oops, I don't want the brush tip. It's too big. I'm going to go down the left side of the cake. There's a little piece up here of the cake, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to go down the left side of the cake and under the flowers. And then on all of these little stripes on the cake, this is just an artist indication that there might be a little bit of shadow there. So I'm going to just go over those, so not too heavy-handed with that color. And then I'm just going to take my color lifter and just go over the whole thing. And that's just going to soften all of those Pool Party lines and just give it more of like a shadow. So it's going to look more like a white cake with a little bit of shadow. All right, let me come back in with my lemon lolly now that that's had time to sit a little bit. And I just want to kind of darken up these flowers just a little bit. So just a little bit more on the bottom. And I think that's good. So put our lemon lolly away, and that is it for the coloring. So let me see. Ooh, let's zoom back out a little bit so we can see what we're doing now. Okay, so we have our little tiny cake. Perfect. We have our embossed background. We have our stamped greeting. So I have this little edge here, and I've done that with the white center part paper. And this is, it's like textured, it's a little bit glossy, there's got a little bit of sheen on it, and then this is a regular piece of Lemon Lime Twist, and I want to show you the difference of the white center, because I've heard little questions about this, like, well, what's the point of it? I can just use a regular piece of cardstock. So the point of this is, if you were to tear this apart and use it like we're going to do, I'm just going to tear this apart, you're going to get it with a white edge. You're going to get that on both sides, so you're going to have a fun white edge to that. Now, that's just going to add up more texture. And if I tear just a regular piece of Lemon Lime Twist cardstock, you can see that our cardstock is dyed through and through. So you're not going to get that edge that you're going to get with the white center. So this one is only dyed on the outside. Our cardstock is dyed through and through. So if you tear a cardstock in half, you're still going to get that same lemon lime color on the inside. As if with the white center paper, you're going to get some fun texture with that. All right, so we have that, and I'm just going to adhere these together. So my lemon lime twist piece was like 3 by 1, and then I just tore it in half. So I'm just going to do a tiny bit of glue along the edge of that, and we're just going to stick our greeting onto that. Just a little bit of that texture poking out, just like that. Very pretty. Okay, and this is just a little long, so I'm just going to trim this just a little bit. Okay, perfect. Let that dry for just a second. I have a piece of lemon lime twist here that's just 1/8 of an inch bigger, so I think it's 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. There's some adhesive here, so we're going to stick down that embossed piece that we did with our punches. So you can see all that fun texture is going down. So it's just going to leave just a slight border around the edge there. And I'll show that again. Isn't that fun? Embossing with punches. So fun. So that's kind of like it's a stepped up technique, but it's not too hard. You can definitely do that. You can reuse that plate multiple times. I have a Lemon Lolly card base, which is 8.5 by 5.5. And it's just scored at 4 1/4. So just your standard card base, and I'm just going to give that a little burnish for our card base here. And I've already die cut out of our Gold Celebrations, I think that's what it's called, Celebrations DSP. So you get different gold patterns. And then out of basic white, I've already die cut from the TaylorMade Tags dies. I die cut the 3rd smallest or the 2nd largest, however you want to look at it, of that rounded tag. And I'm just going to go through and just add just a couple dots behind these gold circles here of just to hold this down. So just a couple places. You don't need a bunch. And we're just going to hide that because it's acetate, so you're going to see adhesive. So we're going to hide it behind the gold. And then it's not going to come loose. I pre-tied it in advance just because this Simply Elegant trim that I used sometimes gets a little bit fussy, and so I did that to just speed things along for the video. So we have our tag ready to go. So we're going to stick this on, of course, with some dimensionals. Let me pull those out. So add those, peel the backings off of those. And that's going to go on. I didn't want to cover up too much of the embossing. That is kind of the highlight of this card. And we're going to add our cake on with a couple dimensionals, so grab those. Okay, that goes on off to the side here. And then we're going to add our greeting right below it. So I'm going to actually do a little edge strip here on one side of the greeting. We're going to do that on the back side. And then I'll do a little bit of adhesive on this side, that way, because the tag's already popped up, so we want everything to sit nice and flat. So we're just going to kind of put that on there, just like that, nice and straight. Okay, and final touch, I have some festive pearls. These are in our annual catalog. Do I have a full package of these? I thought I did. Here we go. So you get lots of colors. You get like red, you get like soft sea foam or Lost Lagoon. Either one goes, silver and gold. So these are great to have year round. I use these a ton. You can see I have like 4 packages in there. So we're just going to add 3 of the gold ones just to kind of help accent that gold from the twine and the acetate that we're using. And that completes our card. Super fun. I love that embossing. I hope you guys love that technique. You'll have to let me know what you think. I'd love to see if you try this with punches, if you try this technique yourself. I'd love to see it. Remember that the directions, this will be pictured on my blog as soon as my blog post goes up. As soon as my video is ready to go, this will be posted on my blog, so you can get a picture of this with all the details of how to do this technique on my blog. Otherwise, if you guys have questions, let me know. If you're watching this on Facebook, I'd love it if you shared it with your friends. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe to my channel. I do have one more project with this bundle, this little sneak peek bundle that I'll be sharing on Friday on my blog, so check that out. It's another really cute project that I think you're going to love. It's a fun fold, so I think you guys will love it. So check that out coming on Friday on my blog. And then join me in my VIP group on Sunday for another sneak peek Sunday where we're going to make a fun box you guys are going to love. All right, thanks again. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I'll see you later. Bye.